beating album runtimes into submission. That is what we do here on this channel. It's Yahtzee Beat the Runtime. One of many award-winning series here on the John Wyatt Edgar YouTube network. Today we have Cut by Golden Earring. Uh-oh, there's a playing card on the front. I hope YouTube doesn't age restrict this like it does with some of the Balatro videos. It's gambling. I shouldn't even say that word. It'll be taken down. I don't know much about this. It's an 80s rock album. So there's that. I feel like I have a buddy that was really into Golden Earring for some reason. So if he sees this, probably very excited. The good news today, short episode. We only have 8 songs. Bad news is we got some chonkers in here. And I'm not talking about my cats. I'm talking about the tracks on this album. We'll start with The Devil Made Me Do It. So I've often said about how this series came to be. We only need a paltry 200. This will be our easiest challenge of the day. We're also looking to get 4 Yahtzees today, right? That's our goal. 4 Yahtzees, 8 songs, and an album runtime of 23:15, which could prove to be very difficult indeed. Let's see. I think I will go for let's switch it up. Let's go to 3s. I don't love it. Take 4s on that side. Oh, I hiccup. That's never a good omen. Saved by the 5s. We need a couple 2s. We'll take them there. And let's try to get a really good chance going. All kinds of 6s. Look at this. 271. That's a good start. Looks like it's going to be one of our highest non-Yahtzee games. Just putting it in my notes. Let's move on to future. Now we're getting into tracks that are, 300 plus. Could be very challenging here. Getting a lot of telemarketer calls recently. Again, I don't know. Like, how do we stop this collectively? How can we put an end to spam, to scams, and to unsolicited calls? And don't get me started on that do not call list, because that in itself is a scam. No one pays attention to that. No one's following that. Unlikely that we are going to beat this track, by the way. It's just, I think our goal should be to take care of the album runtime as a whole, getting Yahtzees where we can. If we take down a song at the same time, that's a bonus and well earned. But I should have probably went for the large straight. This one's falling apart fast. Very fast indeed. I'm going to just forget about the Yahtzee. I'll try to get a 4 here to do something. 161 is a pretty bad score. Barely half of the runtime of that track. Let's go to Baby Dynamite. This is 310, so this is not giving us any good vibes for being able to beat it. We just do the best we can. If the Yahtzees come, they come. We're not going to force anything. We were pretty fortunate last time to have that, multi-Yahtzee game. That was awesome. Go back and watch it if you didn't see it. And then subscribe so you don't miss it again. Large straight coming in. That's juicy. See if we can get a Yahtzee here to get things going. We have a couple looks here. There's one. 5s are alive. And we got some more coming right after that. Perhaps could have went for the 4 of a kind, but I'd rather lock this bonus in. Now I will start to play a little bit more aggressively because we could afford to. There's our bonus. We would need something here to happen in the 4 of a kind at least. Okay, let's look at this. We could beat the song right now. 22 points. Or we could risk it and potentially not beat it. Oh, well, that will definitely beat it. A second Yahtzee. We're at 414. What a score to finish that track off. One of our highest scores of all time. It is our 9th highest score of all time. So, history continuing to be made. Obviously, those records will get further and fewer between during the lifespan of this YouTube experiment. Okay, last of the Mohicans. Looking for 280. Probably want to get a Yahtzee in this game as well. Again, not something that we're going to always be able to guarantee, so putting up a very good number at all here, honestly. The 3s help. Okay, we got our 4s. So we got our bonus. And we got our large straight. But we need a Yahtzee boy. You can play perfectly and not get a Yahtzee and still lose. That's 234. So we're at the halfway point. This is, again, a quick episode. We go into Lost and Found, 235. We're a little bit behind where we need to be to beat the album runtime. And again, that's our most important goal. It's worth the most points in our rating. Some good looking 6s. Let's see what these 1s can do. Not a whole bunch. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit snackish. I think I'm gonna eat something after this is all said and done. Win or lose, reward self with snack. It's a nice looking large straight. They always look nice. Unless you already have them filled and you desperately need something else, and the game is just trolling you at that point. That's extremely rare. See if we can get a nice 3 of a kind. Go for another Yahtzee. I guess we'll just take 270. We have a 270 without the Yahtzee. We don't get the Yahtzee, but we, again, another all-time high. This would be our 10th highest all-time. So we've set that record a couple times today. Or actually, no, that's the new 9th highest. I take that back. All right. If we beat this song, confetti will be raining down out of nowhere because this is nearly 8 minutes long. And that means in our world, we need over 475 points. We've only done that a handful of times ever. So I'm kind of striking the balance right now between being super aggressive, going for Yahtzees, which we need, or just trying to keep pace so we can actually beat the album. It's a fine balancing act. And as we look for 3s and 5s, don't really see much of either. Oh, we got a Yahtzee. Okay, this changes things a bit. Gonna go for large straight. I was kind of hoping a 3 popped out there if we didn't get it. 275 ain't bad. I mean, that's, what do we need here to beat the runtime? We need basically 690 points over the next 2 games. Stranger things have happened. But if we're going to make a run at this thing, we need to start now. You get some We need to charge up our batteries like the song title implies. And I apologize if there's hardcore Golden Earring fans out there. There's a Yahtzee, because I'm not really talking much about this record or how it was made. I don't know a whole lot about it. I think these guys were not... I mean, they had a couple songs, but they weren't like a gigantic deal. That makes sense. At least not in the Edgar household. We weren't talking about Golden Earring. The only earring we were talking about is the one that I when I got my ear pierced right out of high school. The rebellious era. And to be fair, I did that because someone else paid for it. They said, you ought to think about getting an ear piercing. I'm like, I'll think about it. And then boom, what'd they do? For Christmas, they give me a freaking gift certificate to a place to get my ear pierced. Like a tattoo parlor. I didn't get a tattoo until much, much later. I was in my late 30s when that started happening. That second rebellious era, some people would call that midlife crisis era. There is a second Yahtzee, our fifth of the day. Huge for us right now because we have a legitimate shot to beat the album Runtime. Let's put up a nice 399 score with 2 Yahtzees. And now, still difficult. We would need 311 points, but not impossible. Let's go for it. Still want to play like decently. Every little bit counts. But if I can see a position where we could go for some Yahtzees, we'll do it. Right now, it's kind of giving me a grab bag of things, which is making it a little bit difficult. Here's a good look. Oh, it's a good 4 of a kind, though. For some 3s. Not a whole bunch happening there. Go for 4s. That's fine. Again, not feeling super great that we'll get this. We need some Yahtzees. They're not coming. And they never were. So, Golden Earring, you know what? I didn't really do you much justice. I didn't know your game. And as such, I think I was punished. Deservedly so. We still got an 82 rating for Cut by Golden Earring, another 1980s classic, which I should probably go investigate and learn a little bit more about, honestly, for this series. But don't worry, we can always sprinkle in some more Kids Bop albums. Those are still happening. If you have any suggestions on albums you want to see, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we may or may not get to them. We'll see you next time. Beat the Runtime, baby!